Welcome to the Jerry Graves channel. This channel talks about narcissism, and without further ado, I'm going to jump straight to the topic. But first, make sure you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Let's jump into it. Alright, so the narcissists take your dreams, and they do this intentionally. They want to make sure that in the end, they win, because by comparison to you, they're still better than you. They're still doing better than you. As long as they are better than you, they're happy. Even if it's like they barely know you anymore. You know, years and years and years have passed as you talk to them. If they can check in and know that you didn't accomplish what you were supposed to accomplish, then they feel like they've won. So they are always trying to make sure that they stack up higher than you, even if it's your narcissistic parents, even if it would give them a lot of supply if they have you to talk about if you succeed. But a lot of your parents, most of the time I see them not really support. Like, they kind of want to support, but they'll support in a way as if you're a scratch off, like a scratch ticket. You know, they want you to go and try to be a singer or an athlete or something like that. That's like 1 in a million chance, and they'll make you do it all by yourself. They'll start supporting you, but then eventually they don't really support. They sit back and, you know, start watching TV while you're off trying to make this thing happen. It's like, for them, you're just a lottery ticket or a scratch off ticket. You know, that's if they support at all. Most of the time they want you to fail. They want you to lose your dreams because they don't want you to surpass them. So first of all, the number one thing that you do to stop them from taking your dream is to stop putting things on a pedestal. Now, the narcissist devalues you so much over the years and belittles you that you think that you're nothing eventually, or at least on a small level. You don't really think you're that big, just by the fact that when you do think about your goals, you're going to think about them as if they're on a pedestal now. You know, before you met them, it was just like, oh, I'm going to do this. But now it's like, I'm going to do that. You know, it's a spectacular thing. It's also the thing that you want to use to throw it in their face, like, I am something. And you don't want to do any of that. You want to take it off a pedestal. Like, and if you were to ever talk to your narcissist about accomplishing these things, they'll talk to you like these things are greater than you. So it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. If you're trying to draw a comic book, like I draw comic books, I do stuff like that just because I think it's fun, and, you know, I like doing it. But if I put it on a pedestal, it's, you know, this huge deal, you know, the way Hollywood portrays it. Oh, this magical thing, and you have to have a passion for it. It's your passion, and really, it's just drawings, and then you're writing words over it. You know, it's not a big deal. You don't need a special pen, special paper, and what do the pros use? That's how you don't get anything done. And millions of people, like, I can only talk from this perspective as far as a metaphor, because I think art is a good metaphor for this. Because, like, for instance, I seen a guy who's like a very good artist, and he was wanting to be a comic book illustrator, and he wanted to do his own comic book. But eventually, like, he has a whole bunch of books of him drawing and practicing, like practice notebooks, not notebooks, but drawing books of him practicing anatomy, which is something that's important. But when it comes to his actual comic, he only drew like a few pages. And that's what I mean by putting stuff on a pedestal. I gotta be so good. Even though if you just did the comic book, all that stuff will come along. You know, you'll get better at it. If you kind of study a little bit of anatomy and then you did a lot of drawing of anatomy in your comic book, you'll get better at it. But no, they're like, no, I gotta be perfect at it first before I can draw anything. So then it's millions of people like that out there. And there was a YouTuber who was saying something that I thought was pretty profound, the way he was marketing himself. He was like, I'm I'm a person. If you want to learn about how to draw manga from a person who actually draws manga, then you need to watch my channel. Like, and I thought that was eye opening, because a lot of people that I've seen on YouTube do not actually draw their own manga. And drawing manga is like, it's the Japanese word for comic book, and it's basically like you need to actually draw the whole thing, not just draw characters or expressions and pretty pictures, but actually draw with a story and from start to finish, not 3 pages and then quit. But most people online do that, and then they'll give tutorials, and it's fine, but I would rather learn from somebody who actually draws the whole thing. Yeah. So that's a long story, but basically that's how it is when it comes to you. You want to just get and do it. Whatever it is, don't get caught up in putting it on a pedestal. That's the number one rule. You take whatever you want to attain and you kick that pedestal right from underneath it. Period. You put it in its place. It's not better than you. None of it's better than you. And that's another reason why most people become failures at stuff, because the narc teaches you that other people are better than you. Your dreams are better than you. They are better than you. They're trying to get that in your head. They're trying to slowly, and also not so discreetly. It's they almost want to browbeat it into you that you're less. You can't accomplish these things. No. But that's because they feel like they're less. So you don't really buy into that. Take stuff off a pedestal. And then stop thinking that you have to be overly original with everything that you do. This is just another way of you never actually getting started. Like, this is almost as bad as thinking that you're too old. Like, you just need to just create what you create and screw it, and keep doing it. Don't just do it one time like, oh, I got it out the way. If you're an older person, just keep doing it. Who cares whether you can eventually sell what you got? Just keep doing it, keep getting better at it. But at the same time, be original. Start from scratch, but don't be so original, and don't be so trying to start from scratch that you never get started or you barely get anything done. You need to be prolific. The narcissist has stolen time and energy from you. You don't have a lot of time and energy to waste. So it's okay to draw from what's already out here. You don't have to be 100% original with every little thing that you do. That type of mentality wastes time, and it also fails. If you're sitting around trying to be 100% original, you're not going to tap into what's working, what people want to buy, what people are interested in. It's a thing that they talk about when they say don't reinvent the wheel. Like, you don't want to reinvent the wheel. And that's what a lot of people who have been abused by narcissism are going to. They are going to reinvent the wheel. They're going to reinvent the wheel, and then the narcissist and everybody's going to criticize them. Either way, if you go and borrow from some people, they're going to call you a thief. If you try to do everything on your own and you start from scratch, they're going to say you suck. So be fair. Don't sit around and be a scammer, but get your stuff in. It's faster that way. Use other people's work as a study guide, as a template, and get your stuff in and going. Get it out. Get something out the door. Get something finished, and become more original as you go. But to start off thinking that you're going to be the most original person, it's probably not going to happen. Most of the time, other people have done it before anyway. So it's about being prolific. It's about getting things done. You have a short life. They've stolen time. Get it done. Get it out. And that is the video for today. Thank you for watching. And hopefully that helped you a lot. Peace.